Everybody out there in television land. Hello out there in television land, everybody. What? What's the zero up there for?
That's nobody.
Nobody's watching? Can I sing a Pink Floyd song?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Because it's a copyright strike.
Oh, yeah. So I'll say something. Is there anybody out there? Look at my hair. It looks good like this. I'm going to get it done soon.
Yeah, and it's just a little gray.
It's not a little gray. It's a lot gray. It's silver.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's tarnishing.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello,
just Pamela here.
Everybody in TV land.
This is not TV, it's YouTube.
Oh, close enough.
Yes. So welcome to Just Pamela with my special guest, my husband, Mickey DeSadist.
Hello, everybody. She has very nice lips.
Yes. So, what are you going to tell me about tonight? Because you haven't told me about any of the upcoming gigs that you guys have.
We got a gig somewhere in St. Catharines on the 25th of May and the 27th of July. At some park. Well, look it up yourselves in our Forgotten Rebels something or other.
ForgottenRebels.com.
Is that it? I don't know.
Yes. You can
but somewhere you'll find it. We're very popular, on and off. We have gone in and out of style. But we're in style now.
What? What do you mean?
No, we've never gone out of style. No. The millions of masses of people should show up at our gig. They'll have a fine example of what rock and roll and manhood is all about.
Okay.
Okay, that's all she says.
That's okay. So you just have the one gig in May.
One gig in May
and one gig in July.
Yeah,
and they're both in St. Catharines, or
I think maybe the one in July might be in Niagara Falls. You know Niagara Falls, that's the place where a lot of people go. As the water goes over the side. Sort of like Webster's Falls over in Flamborough, but a little bit bigger. Yeah. And there isn't an American side at Webster's Falls.
Yes. So you got a gig, and what is, when you guys play, is there certain songs that people always ask for? Like, is there...
Yeah, they get all the songs they want.
What's the most popular requested song that your band gets asked to play?
I don't know. Nobody likes talking to me, so they don't have... They just throw titles at us. We have 11 albums, I think, and a live album. So there's lots of requests that go thrown on us. You'll hear your favorite songs. If you're a Rebels fan, you'll hear your favorite songs. I guarantee that.
I know, but what is the most shouted song that people, when you're up on stage and you're performing and people yell out?
They often yell out FMD. They often yell out Surfin'. They often yell out live things in action.
Yeah. So that's probably your most popular songs.
Yeah.
And what else is your band up to? Are you guys doing any other things?
One of these years we might record another album, but I'm not sure when. It might come out in vinyl. I know everybody's hung up on vinyl these days, and that's okay. Isn't it funny that they told you that vinyl was unpopular, and all of a sudden these huge album collections that were worth millions all of a sudden became worth very little, and then all of a sudden CDs weren't quite as popular, and all of these album collections that lost their resale value all of a sudden went back up in price, and people are buying.
Sorry.
What are you doing? You and your napkins. Why don't you put some grease on your hands or something?
I always have cute napkins. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How long has that egg been sitting there? I hope it's
no.
not rotten inside. You ever take an egg and leave it out so long that you can eventually shake it and hear something bouncing like a smaller
Oh no,
tennis
that
ball?
is so horrible.
You ever
No.
have one break in your car?
No. I don't intend to have something like that happen in my
When
car.
I went fishing quite a few times, I would buy 2 boxes of worms, and
Oh, that is
and
so
what's
gross.
really bad is that and I couldn't find the second box of worms, and the next day I still couldn't find it, and after a weekend on my way to work, it made itself very clear as to where it was.
Oh my gosh. What car was that in? Was that in your Volare?
That was in the Volare. I had my 76 Volare. Oh, I know I borrowed your car once, and before you went, I found the worms too.
Oh my gosh.
They weren't so lively. They weren't so lively. They kind of looked like a sort of a wet gruel.
Oh, that is so gross. Yeah.
How come there's nobody watching it? 3 people gave us a 0 thumbs up. Oh, they want to hear more stories about rotted worms.
Oh. Right.
I know.
Please. Anyway, so thank you very much for the thumbs up. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
And don't forget,
any fishermen out there?
And don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget
bass season in a few weeks.
Did you renew your fishing license?
No, but I might. But you don't like eating fish.
I'm allergic to fish.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because you can't have the Cajun catfish, sit there and soak them in Tabasco sauce for a while. Put Cajun seasoning on it. Take that, what's that fry pan, that hard one?
Cast iron frying pan.
Cast iron pan, yeah. A weapon against home intruders. Oh, yeah. And they especially don't appreciate the hot grease with the catfish whipped in their face.
No. But, so what about mountain biking? What's happening? Is your bike already prepared and ready
Yes,
for
I went to Paris.
Mountain biking
Yes, I went to Paris Cycle, and Lou and the boys got it all tuned up and ready to go. And, yeah, it's still wet out there, and the trails are kind of soggy, and I wouldn't want to have an accident in the middle of the woods. I don't carry a cell phone where I go. I don't like people talking to me in the woods, especially out of a knapsack.
Mm-hmm. And so what are the trails like? What are your favorite trails like?
I did try out the Monarch Trail up by the up through Ancaster there, and it's still a bit muddy. It's not as fast as it is in the summertime, but it's very, very beautiful, and you could hear the coyotes howling in the background. But you don't go that direction. Tonight would be a beautiful night to go taking a drive through the 8th concession in Flamborough, right by where the swamps are, because the spring peepers would be out, and they make a lot of racket in the trees. They make these squeaking sounds. Look up spring peepers on YouTube. You'll have these funny frogs, and they make funny noises, but they're very hard to see in the dark.
I don't think I've ever seen one, but
I've never seen one myself.
But you can hear them.
And you can see pictures of them. You can see pictures of them, and they are so bloody loud that you can hear them inside your car with your windows closed. Very, very loud.
I know, that's way out there.
But it's not one frog at a time. It's a few million. Imagine living in a trailer park right outside the swamp. There is a trailer park out there,
Yes, but it's not exactly cheap to live there.
No. It's a beautiful trailer park. And there's also a nudist colony.
That's not near it.
Well, it's a few miles from it. Yeah.
Yes, but do you know? Do you want me to tell
I
you?
made a mistake by going there one day, and let me tell you, hey, you aren't gonna see no Britney Spears or Cardi B there, boy.
Yes, but you want to know something unique about that?
Ponderosa, that's what it's called.
It's changed names. It's had some different names over the years.
Yeah.
But one of the cute little fun facts about that. Oh, hello, God of Jackpot. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Welcome.
What'd you do? Win the lottery? That's why you gave yourself that name? That's a good reason to. I hope you did win the lottery for your sake.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So anyway, that place that you're talking about, which is a nudist kind of resortish thing.
When I went there years ago by mistake, it looked like a nudist.
You did not go there.
I went in there thinking there was a bass pond. Somebody told me about it and told me there's a bass pond.
Yes, but you wouldn't have been able to get in completely because you didn't have a membership.
Hello. No, I didn't get in completely. And when I saw what the members looked like, I didn't want to go any further. I mean, I never knew that there was like nudist old folks' homes.
Yes.
That was about 15 years ago.
Yes, but do you know that place was actually featured on the Donahue Show way back in the 80s? The Phil Donahue Show.
That's probably where Charles Manson lived for a while.
Oh, Mike, please don't. He wasn't, because he was already in jail.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was in jail already.
Exactly. But that's a cute, interesting thing to think that that's our claim to fame.
There's no bass pond there.
Okay. So you're all ready for mountain biking? What about the mountain bike show that they always have every spring?
Oh, that was a while ago. That was in March. I missed it. I was underwater welding that day.
Oh, lovely. And so anything else unique was coming up? Are you guys going to have any new t-shirts for your band?
There's some hoodies for the band, I think.
Yes, but I don't think they're going to need them going into summer.
No, but they could buy them anyways for a future use.
Okay. So what's happening in the music scene? Is there any really good music around here?
Here?
Or just any local? What do you think is the newest really cool band that you really like?
I can't think of the name. Alyssa Nicole, isn't it? What's the name of her band?
I don't remember the name of her band.
But she gave me a copy of her CD. It's great. It's like oh my God.
What does it sound? What would you describe the sound as?
It's sort of like if you take a Black Sabbath album, slow down the album to a slower speed, and it's a really grinding metal sound.
Okay.
I almost have the name. Oh my God. I meant to mention this, but I can't think of it.
Oh, that's funny. Nude band.
No.
No, it's just his comment. It's funny. Yes. So you don't remember the name of Alyssa?
I can't remember it for the life of me, and I was thinking about it today.
You can't remember the name of Alyssa's band?
No. Alyssa, I'm very sorry. Because I was listening to your band in my car.
And you can't remember the name of it, but you're saying it sounds a bit like Black Sabbath.
Like Black Sabbath with like 10 guitars on top of it and very slow. If there was grunge rock, this would be sludge rock. And the grinding sound of the guitar is just absolutely beautiful.
Well, that's not too bad. And there was another band that you used to really like too, that was local, and it had that young gentleman that's from America in it. That young gentleman that now lives here. lives here in Canada, but is
The
from
Noble Savages.
Yes, you like that band.
Yes, they're great.
They were very good. And
why are you asking me so much about bands? Now I can't stop thinking of Alyssa's band, and I don't remember the name of it. Next telecast, I'll figure out the name.
You'll figure out the name then. Okay.
Maybe I should go to the computer and dig it up.
No, don't worry about it.
And I could just picture their promotional posters, but I can't think of the name at the moment.
Okay, so does anyone have any questions? You can post some questions. Just type it into the chat and we can answer those questions. If you have any questions about mountain biking or about music. Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you for stopping in. We'll see you next time. Thank you. If you have any questions, type it into the chat and we'll be able to try to answer them. Mountain biking, about music, rock and roll. And me.
I can't even sing a song to them because it's all copywritten.
10 seconds at the most or less.
I'm not going to sing.
Yes. So, like I said, if you have any questions, just post it in the chat. And so, anyway, what are you going to do for the summer? Is there any places that you want to get off to visit? Any places?
I want to go to Niagara Falls when they shut down the. Which side are they shutting down? The American or Canadian?
They're not shutting it down. They had wanted to, but when I looked into the information, they were planning to shut it down, but they haven't done some sort of infrastructure type thing in order to be able to do that.
So a lot of bogus excuses, I'd say.
It's not as easy thing to do as said, because the last time it was shut down, I think it was in the 60s. And they've been.
I don't remember the 60s. I wasn't born yet.
That's full of crap. You can just see it in your gray hair how old you are.
Oh, that's very funny.
You can
see it in my teeth too, how many I've lost.
Yes. Well, we all have to age at some point. You know that.
Age is a privilege.
Yes.
That's what that guy that used a ton of steroids that won all those France bike races said.
Oh, say something in Polish.
Why? Czemu mówisz po polsku, jak tyle jesteśmy w Kanadzie i powinienem rozumieć bardzo dobrze po angielsku mówić, czy po francusku? Ja nie znam bardzo dużo po francusku.
All I can say is dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry. That's the only thing I can say. So, are you looking forward to our next cruise?
Yeah, it should be pretty cool going to St. Kitts. Go to that same phone booth where you phoned the taxi cab late at night and the guy says he was too tired to come get us. We ended up going to where you phoned emergency and they told us to go to the police station. We went to the police station, we got lost, but then we found the cafeteria and these two guys coming out.
Hi, Sherry. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to our community. What were you saying, Michael? Oh my God, that was loud. Here, have a kiss.
It's used.
It's not, Mike.
It's used. You gave me a used Kleenex.
I did not. Yeah.
You want to see?
Mike, please don't. That's you're being silly now. You're being
Astral Witch. That's the name of Alyssa's band. Astral Witch, Alyssa.
Don't yell.
Why not?
Because
they probably have a compression system, so it's the same volume coming across whether I'm loud or quiet. You do have a compressor on there, don't you?
No, he doesn't. No, I don't think so. I don't think he remembered, but he just yelled so loud. So we were talking about one of the one of our
Oh yeah,
one of
yeah,
our
yeah.
friends' bands, and it
No,
was
never. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're going back to St. Kitts, back to the telephone booth. Anyways, the story. Remember, then we go up to the we go up, and this big dude, this big dude comes out, and he's dressed all in military gear, carrying guns and stuff, and he says, "Yeah, man, you come to the cafeteria. You must go down there to the police station." And anyways, so we go down there, and these two guys coming out, very well dressed guys, both about the size of Abdullah the Butcher and probably just as tough, say, "Get in the car, man." And they had this great paddy wagon. And it was like a gigantic, not a Jeep. What was that?
yeah, but they were dressed like
like military leaders.
Exactly. It was kind of scary, but you
yeah,
kind
but
of
they were
felt
nice guys. They were nice
we knew
guys.
we'd get home safe.
Yeah, we knew we'd be safe no matter who came up. And when we left, we told them, maybe we get them something at Tim Hortons. And
there's
the
no
guy,
Tim.
I know the guy turns to me. "Who is this Tim Horton?" And I looked and I thought, "You're policeman." "Yeah, man, we policemen." And he didn't know who Tim Horton was. And I says, "Well, okay, sorry. A lot of Canadian policemen know who Tim Horton is, and he's kind of our hero too here in Canada. Well, there in Canada, because he was a hockey player. And well, they don't have. Do they have a hockey team in St. Kitts?
No, they don't.
They don't have ice in St. Kitts, do they?
They do not.
Only when they throw it in their rum. It
probably isn't cost effective to have an ice rink there.
No.
The so he's talking about St. Kitts in the Caribbean and our time that we were there quite a number of years ago. I think that was in
It was right after 9/11.
Yes, because
and they pulled us over in the airports. And they made us stand up. Now look, do we look like terrorists to you,
Mike? Mike, they went through everybody thoroughly.
Yeah, and I had my hair spiked up, and you had your tight little jeans on, and they were they were more out to look at you than they were out to look at me.
They went through everybody thoroughly, and I think you're over exaggerating.
What do you mean over exaggerating? You mean I could under exaggerate and still tell the truth? My story is better than the truth, anyways.
No, I'm just saying that, you shouldn't over exaggerate.
But yes, it was a great time. I can't over exaggerate that.
Yes, because we went there 3 days. We flew out 3 days after 9/11 to go to St. Kitts to spend 1 week on holidays there. And yes, it was quite some time considering, with all the Twin Towers having come down. And yes, it was intense.
There was a tropical depression.
Yes, there was a tropical.
It looked great from Brimston Hill. I thought we should have just had a barbecue and stayed in Brimston Hill. I mean, the castle's been there for 500 years. The walls were 3 feet thick. Well, they didn't have any windows and stuff, but who cares? It was nice and warm anyways. Mm-hmm. And we had a big box of fried chicken, and we also had a big bag of charcoal and a large case of pop and stuff. We could have stayed up there for a week and really enjoyed ourselves. Well, the only drag was we didn't have sleeping bags, so we'd have to sleep on the muddy soil.
That really doesn't make sense when we were staying in somewhere that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But remember
the hotel at the cricket club was amazing.
The cricket club? I don't remember that.
I must have went for a walk. Got lost.
I know you took off quite a few times to go talk to people that were in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I kind of just took it easy mostly on that trip.
Yeah, I wish I went and jammed with the reggae band around the corner. Those guys sounded like they were having a good time.
Yes, they were.
There was a cow in their backyard.
Yes, but that's pretty much everywhere is like that.
Oh, I remember walking through the cemetery and all of a sudden getting sucked down into the dirt.
No, it was just because nobody.
Squishy cemeteries.
No, but with that cemetery, nobody had really cared for that cemetery for quite a long time.
They used to care for it a long time ago.
I know.
I wonder how many people are dead in that cemetery. All of them.
You really find that funny, don't you?
I wish I brought my Ouija board. What I would have done was I put the Ouija board in the cemetery and put a pen in it and do nothing. And then wait till a cat comes over and starts shaking up the pen and going like that and seeing what the message is. The cat will probably draw a big star.
I know. He's got quite the humor.
Sometimes it's funnier than fiction.
It's just all over the place. I'm having trouble following.
Didn't we run into one of Ben Johnson's friends there too?
We just won't say the name.
I don't remember that guy's name.
I know, but it is best not to say.
No, I'm not going to say his name, even if I do remember. But
no,
Ben Johnson always was cool in my books.
Yes, so we won't.
I almost met him one day. He was just standing there, and somebody told me it was Ben Johnson. I didn't think he was that popular a rapper, so I didn't come over and talk to him.
He was not a rapper, Mike.
I know. I found out later.
He was not a rapper. He was an athlete.
Yeah. And he wasn't a pro, and he wasn't a wrestler either.
He was a
runner.
He was a sprinter runner that was Canadian. But unfortunately,
somebody framed him.
We don't know the true essence of the story, and it's not something that I've researched. So let's just go with the mainstream media excuse on that one. So unfortunately,
preposterous.
He kind of got defamed.
What was the guy that won the race because of that?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I thought he handed them a mint before the test.
No.
Ben, your breath. Here. Have a search. Funny man does not taste like search to me.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's the matter? I forgot.
Okay, so anyway, we're planning this cruise. And we're planning to go on this cruise. Right?
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you're going to do in the planning for this?
No, you planned the whole thing the last time. I'll let you do it. You did it good, but we're going to pack early. Like, what's his name? Josh Gates says we're going to be packed 2 days before we go.
Yes. I better aim for 4 days so I can be ready 2 days before.
Yeah.
I know. I think I was still trying to pack something as we were waiting for the cab to come.
I know, and you made me rearrange the thing, the suitcases so they weighed proper.
Yes, that's
a very good thing that you bought that scale.
Well, that's the thing with fly. Like most cruises seem to be out of ports in America. Very, very few cruises leave out of Canadian ports. Mm-hmm. So they're mostly most people usually end up flying to either like Miami or Fort Lauderdale, Orlando.
When you fly, one of the very important things to do is make sure you tie your shoelaces up rather tight, because if the plane crashes, you don't want your shoes to fall off.
And that's the least of your problems. I hate to say it, but that's the least of your problems. Yes. And we should all say some prayers for the plane crash that happened today
Where?
in Russia.
Russia?
Yes. We should say a prayer for the people over in Russia with the airplane. Apparently, some people lost their lives. I don't know the exact numbers, so I'm not going to say
Yeah.
it.
Well, let's not
But
talk about that.
But I feel sad just for that. But anyway, back on to cruise planning. So we, based on the last cruise that we went on, and now that we're going to go on another,
I want a model of the next ship too.
you want
Like
to?
that.
Yes.
Where's the model?
I put it away.
No.
I put
Did you put it in the spot it was?
Yes, I did.
Good. I like looking at it as I walk by.
Okay, so it's back where it is.
Astral Witch, everybody. That's the band.
Oh, so what are you going to do for the next cruise?
I'm gonna buy 6 pairs of underwear and 6 pairs of socks, and leave them in the suitcase sealed.
And that is a very man thing to do. But is there anything that you're thinking about wanting to do on the ship that now that you know what cruising is like, that you're going to do on the ship that you may not have thought of doing before?
No, look at that. Look at how nice that stuff looks behind us.
Mike, you're gone off on a tangent when I was asking you a
Well,
question.
my ADHD kind of kicks.
You don't have ADHD.
What about the other guy? When the doctor told me I had a split personality, I was simply beside myself.
Hello, Joe.
Joe.
Joe says, on the cruise, do you sing Bomb the Boats?
No.
The reason he doesn't sing Bomb the Boat is because we're on a ship.
Yeah.
It's because we're on a ship, not a boat.
Yeah.
In cruise world, we have to refer to well, they don't want us throwing food overboard.
I saw a whole bunch of interesting fish on the last cruise.
But you do see fish.
Yes.
Yes.
You do. Yeah. I saw the SS Minnow.
You're an SS Minnow. So you like the Sorrento's pizza, the pizza at Sorrento's on the Anthem.
It was very good. And then there was this girl standing in front of the pizzeria giving free samples and free shots of various hard drinks. And we got into a conversation, and I scammed a whole lot of drinks off her. The Fireball whiskey was good. There was one Johnny Walker that I liked, and then there was one double smoked Johnny Walker that I absolutely did not like. But I don't know who would like it, but to each his own.
Yes, but
it's very smoky flavor.
So this was a person that worked in the sort of the gift shop. Was handing out testers of hard alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was nifty because I totally missed that one. I don't know where I was.
Yeah, you were looking at those watches those overpriced. It says regular $600, but today for $59. and this thing's an absolute piece of crap. But you know what? You buy it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep the price tag, the original price tag on it. And, you buy a bunch of them and you give them to your least favorite friends.
Mike, that's not nice.
Well, why? You give them a $600 watch. You don't tell them you paid $50 for it. Probably cost more to replace the battery in the thing. But, for a while it'll work. For a while they'll be happy.
Yes, but we didn't buy any of those watches.
No.
And you were off drinking alcohol testers that I had no idea about.
Yeah, I know. And then you came by just as she packed everything away, and you did have one Fireball, didn't you?
No, I didn't, because I don't think I drink. I don't tend to drink a lot of hard alcohol. But there's going to be a Sorrento's on the cruise we're going on.
But remember the what's the name of that restaurant upstairs?
Which
The restaurant upstairs.
there were a lot of restaurants.
You know, the one that we went to every day.
Oh, we went to the main dining room. They had names for. They
the
had
main dining room's fine, but I'm talking about the restaurant upstairs with the you know, with the smorgasbord.
Oh, the Windjammer.
Windjammer, yeah.
Which is
it's a great place for breakfast, man. They got grits. They have all sorts of steamed stuff like that, and they got oatmeal. They have.
Why do you have to mention all the stuff that I don't tend to like?
Oh yeah, the desserts. They had tapioca, rice pudding. They had.
I don't like all of those items, and you just mentioned them all. I don't even like hearing the words. But of course,
remember on our honeymoon what we got for breakfast?
I know you ate all the stuff that I cannot stand, and left me there making faces. And you kept going like this with the spoon in my face.
And pointing things out by going like that with the spoon.
And I did not like that stuff. Remember, I went over and talked to the waitress during breakfast? Because you kept doing that. And I was like, ooh, because I don't like that stuff. I do not.
We do tend to have a good time during our holidays.
Emilio Emilio.
Who? Hey.
That's Joe. Joe.
Don't say his last name.
Is that Joe in the States?
No, that's Tony's. That's Tony in the States. That's Joe in Ottawa. That's his brother. The guy that lived up the road here with Sam and Annie.
Is that you, Joe? He's not going to say anything. So he says,
Emilio's Muscatel.
You know who he's talking about.
Yeah, Emilio was hiding the Muscatel in the in what room? In the boiler room or the incinerator room. And Emilio went in there, and me and this guy's brother watched Emilio go into the room. And we locked the door on him from the outside. And then we heard the guy yelling, shaking the door, and yelling at whoever in Italian very loudly. And then we let the guy simmer there for a while. And then we walked down, and when we heard him yelling again, we opened the door and acted like the heroes that released him. Poor Emilio was stuck in that room for about 15 minutes, panicking, thinking everybody went home from school. And you spelt Emilio wrong.
That's okay. You understood it.
And the Muscatel was his wine. That was his favorite wine. He was the only guy allowed to smoke in school, in grade school.
How old were you guys at that time?
Oh, we were maybe 12, 13, and Emilio was maybe 50. And Emilio...
Why were 12-year-old 50?
Yeah, he worked there.
Oh, he was the janitor.
He was the maintenance engineer. And a very good one at that. And I won't say the poem.
No.
But why was I talking about him?
Because Joe mentioned
it. You spelled Emilio's first name wrong.
That's okay.
It starts with an E, not an A.
Yes, but it still says pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. He was a good guy. He kind of reminded me of Lurch from the original Addams Family. He was very big, very tall, and very strong. Mm-hmm. And he had that low voice, really low voice. And his Italian accent was so strong. It was like Lurch speaking in Italian to you. And, Joe there is Italian, so he'd know a few words, a
Were
few
you
choice words that Emilio had for whoever locked him in there. But he was so grateful for us letting them out, and we just snickered at the guy.
So what other things did you and Joe get up to?
Well,
without incriminating anybody.
No, well, anything there is. No, I don't want to talk about how we stopped the buses.
Was he one of those people that when you guys put all the trees in somebody's front yard?
No, he wasn't there. That was Ian. That was Ian and Moose. Yeah. I won't talk about that one. That was funny, but
yes, but I thought
because
that
see,
was
if we
funny
talk
because
that, people are going to do that to us. You give somebody ideas. Like I remember saying something.
Yes, but at least it's a fairly harmless. It's not really a prank, but it's fairly harmless because it wasn't something that was dangerous.
No. I remember once Joe's brother. Well, Joe's brother was a prominent sportscaster, and see, the things we had, we didn't have music really in common, but the things that a guy like me who was into music would have in common with guys like Joe and Tony was we had an incredibly ridiculous sense of humor, like like the time we would be hanging in Joe's place and seeing the neighbor, like the neighbor was paranoid about somebody stealing his lawn hose, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the neighbor would pull out the whole hose to water his lawn, and we would phone the neighbor, watch the guy, roll the hose up, and as soon as he get to the phone, we just hang up on him. And then he'd go out, and we'd see him pull the hose out. Once he got all the way out, we'd phone him again, and he'd run back in the house.
And you would roll up the hose?
No, we'd hang up on him. And I think one day, me and Joe's brothers.
Oh, somebody should have been there to roll the hose back onto the wheel.
So he shot it. So he thinks somebody stole it.
No, so that like you'd wonder how did he just pulled it all out, and then if one person was there wheeling it back on or rolling it all back up, so that when he gets back outside, it would be perfectly rolled up. And wondering what happened.
So he'd be really paranoid knowing that somebody's out there to steal his second hose.
No, but you wouldn't take the hose. You would just roll it up nice and neat and leave it there like he hadn't started.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, they cut the tree down beside your old house. That big giant tree. You know what happened to it? The thing fell and nailed the neighbor's car. Just a mash of potatoes.
Yes, we've had a few trees have fallen in this neighborhood, and it's been kind of a bit of a sad thing when it does happen.
Yeah.
Yes, but
good. Especially when it lands on somebody's uninsured motor vehicle. They just had delivered to this house, and he's phoning the insurance company. What time did the tree exactly fall, sir? Says his insurance agent. Scum. How come there's only 3 people watching?
Because you're yattering.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God.
So we're going to be going on this cruise. We are going to be going to St. Kitts. We're going to go to St. Thomas, and we're
Coco Cay.
Coco Decay. Perfect day at Coco Cay.
What do you mean Coco Decay?
No. Perfect day at Coco Cay. That's what it is. Okay. And today was, I think, the official grand opening of Coco Cay. So that should be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, what else are we going to do? We're probably going to have to plan some sort of...
we're going to have to visit the Walmart on Coco Cay.
There is no Walmart because it's Royal Caribbean's private island. It's Royal Caribbean's private island.
I miss all the people in the scooters.
No, but um, perfect day at Coco Cay will be like a beach day, and so we'll have a lot of fun doing that.
Remember that bum that fell off his scooter in front of that that food store in the East End?
Yes, but we helped him.
Yeah, you should have seen this guy. What a bum! He falls off his scooter.
You can't call people a bum. That's
There's
not
five
nice.
big guys tried to get him up off his onto the scooter, and the guy still couldn't get him. So they got more big guys coming from was it the emergency? And the guy goes, "Stop! No, no, lying on the ground! Stop! No!" And then he goes, "One moment." Lights a cigarette and says, "Okay, lift me up."
I know, but he was having a hard time. They had to call the fire department to come. They had to phone.
They should have hosed him down while he fell.
Mike, you can't.
That was the day that I said, "Pam, watch how you're driving." And I go, "Pam, watch out for that pigeon in front of you." So you missed the pigeon, and you hear crunch. The guy behind us didn't.
Mike, yeah.
I guess this.
remember the
guy that scooter finally got his fresh chicken.
Mike, remember the day that it was raining and we left the grocery store, and you said something about the puddle.
What about the puddle? Oh, yeah.
No, but I was driving, and I'm driving back.
I didn't say anything about the puddle.
I
said there was a yellow light, right? I said the yellow light's coming on soon because they have the countdown numbers at the don't walk thing. And then you hurried up slightly, and there's this poor guy standing there, and you nailed this puddle so perfect.
Oh my gosh.
It was like a tidal wave hit the guy. Not only did it hit him, but he was holding an umbrella. Not only did it hit him, but the upper part of the tidal wave hit the upper part of his umbrella and splashed straight down. So it got him on his behind too, as well as in front.
I really
started shouting, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
I felt bad
Pam, let's get out of here.
Because I've never hit a puddle so perfect as that day, that the poor guy had an umbrella, and instead of, the water goes up and lands on top of the umbrella, it went under the umbrella and soaked the poor person. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad.
Well, there's like a time similar event. I was riding down the road with my mountain bike on my carrier at the back, and I noticed there's a guy in a truck with extremely expensive mountain bikes, and he's going the same way as me, but he somehow got caught behind, and I'm driving up the road, and I see these two scantily dressed teenage girls wearing running shoes, short shorts, and what do you call those tops that tie? A halter tops, right? And they just went in just by a puddle, and I thought to myself, I'm going to nail these chicks. And I went, "Ugh," and nailed them both with a tidal wave. And so anyways, I get to the bike shop where I was talking to my friend Jason, who ran it, and brought my bike in for him to do something with. And the other guy with the mountain bikes comes in and says, "Hey, you, I saw you directly aim for that water and nail those two girls." And it was the guy that makes the T-shirts for the mountain bikers that ride around here. And when you buy the T-shirt, it goes to buy equipment to maintain the trails.
Oh, that's very good. That's very nice.
Yeah. He got a good laugh out of me doing that.
Oh,
the girls didn't find it funny, but it was an instant wet T-shirt contest where everybody loses.
No, that's not. Well, I know you think it's funny.
The girls didn't. I don't know if the girls thought it was funny. I didn't want them to see my face.
Mm-hmm. And I know you have some more stories from when you were growing up and hanging out with your friends. What about that KFC thing that you guys did? I still remember that.
Yeah, that
Remember you guys did that thing with the KFC with the poor guy with the KFC?
yeah. That was at the KFC over around here, by the church there with the big bushes in front of it. The church.
Yeah. So tell us about that story from.
Well, me and one of my buddies just happened to be walking by KFC, minding our own business, and this guy comes walking out of the KFC in a rush, and he goes, "Oh man, I forgot the drinks," and he puts his big box of KFC on the hood of his car and runs back into the KFC. My friend looks at me, makes a rush like he was playing football, trying to go for a touchdown, grabs the chicken and runs away. And I follow the guy, and he just sits in the bushes in the church, and beside the church. And he hands me, a couple of wings, and he's sitting there eating the chicken. And we're watching this fellow freaking out because he had to go back in and buy the chicken. And we were wondering if he'd leave the drinks out there for a while. But I know.
But he didn't leave the drinks out.
No, the statute of limitations is up. That was 40 years ago.
I know,
it's not the sort of thing I would do very often.
Very often? That's not something you should be doing at all. But I hate to say it, that is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's a lot more harmless than some of the things that do happen to people nowadays. And so, any funny stories during your gigs?
No, no.
What about that one gig you said you went to down in the States where all the people didn't seem to care?
Oh yeah. They didn't even notice us. We're playing to a house that had a lot of people in it. Nobody seemed to care. They just paid to get in, and they didn't seem to care about the Forgotten Rebels. So I just decided, this was Detroit. So I just decided, okay, if they're not going to listen to me, I'm just going to start talking in Polish to the audience and see what goes on. So I started speaking in Polish to the audience, and I started trying to sing, translating immediately. All of a sudden, drinks started flying up there. We didn't know we were playing in a predominantly Polish club in a predominantly Polish neighborhood bar. And all of a sudden, everybody got super friendly, sending us drinks, buying us food, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
So what are some of the bands that you guys opened for? What was the first biggest name band that your band opened for?
What do you mean, big name band?
Like
we opened for the Dead Boys, the Clash, Iggy Pop, Ian Hunter and Mick Ronson.
Who did you open for in Burlington?
We opened for the Ramones. We opened 3 times for the Ramones. Once in Burlington, St. Catharines, Toronto, and I think somewhere else too, but I can't remember.
And what was the biggest name band?
The Clash was the biggest band we opened for.
And where was that? Was
that
at
Buffalo University?
Buffalo University. Oh, that's pretty cool. And I'm trying to think of.
I'd rather talk about our garden. I talk about music often enough. Our magnolia tree is magnificent. Magnificent magnolia today. I hope it's the same tomorrow.
I know, but when the wind gets it, we're going to lose all the petals on it.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you have any questions, you can just type it into the chat.
We've been on here for 54 minutes.
If you have any questions, just type it into the chat. And don't forget, if you get a chance, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to click subscribe and the like button. Would be much appreciated. Today was such a beautiful day. Hopefully the gardens will start growing. Yes.
Who is Cher T?
That's
Sherry T. I don't have my glasses. I can't read the name.
well, with the stuff is really starting to grow.
It's funny. It's a shame. It's a shame I never learned how to read.
Yeah. You just find everything funny. Well, sometimes I do.
The city is a funny place.
Yes, but we have tulips coming out. They're starting to bloom. Our tulips are starting to bloom, which is exciting.
Anybody ever used to hang out at the bus station when they still used to smoke cigarettes there? Miss Buck taught you to read. Yeah, I remember Miss Buck. Miss Buck used to say, when I look out my apartment, I see prosperity when I see the pink and blue smoke coming out of Stelco and DeFasco. Remember that show? You bold thing, you're bold as brass. She used to say that right before she used to smack you in the face.
With a ruler?
No, with her hand.
The teacher did that?
Yeah.
Kids are lucky nowadays because when teachers used to smack students back in the day, usually you got an extra smack when you told your parents that you got a smack from the teacher.
Yeah. Miss Buck was funny. You know what I wish I had? I wish I had Miss Buck's car, because we found it very funny that somebody be able to maintain a car in perfect condition for 10 years. And remember, Miss Buck had a 1957 Chev Bel Air, and it was in baby blue and white, in absolute pristine condition. And because she got laughed at for having an old car, she sold it and bought a new car, a 1967 Mustang. And wouldn't we love to have both of those cars?
Oh my gosh. Both of those. Oh my gosh.
And she used to try to sing, but she played this one thing called an organetta, and it was an organ. She was playing this organ that was 2-octave, and she wasn't the greatest organ player, but she would say the words and play the notes at the same time. She tried to teach us how to sing, and she sung. Why did she try and do that?
But Joe's saying, you are the reason I misplayed the organetta. Organetta. What's that?
An organetta is a 2-octave organ that is meant for teaching people to sing if you can't sing.
So
it's like if you have a pitch pipe and you know.
Oh, okay.
It's like a tiny keyboard. They don't make them anymore.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How's Ottawa?
How's the weather in Ottawa right now?
It's probably pretty nice there. I mean, we're finally all getting some much better weather.
He said it's beautiful.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I got a good.
It's 23 today.
It wasn't 20.
What's that real temperature?
23? No, that's like 70. 73.
2078. I mean, 20 is 68, so 3 is like 74.
Yes. Snow left 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, you guys got it a little bit harder than us. I mean, it was cold here, but you guys had it a lot harder than us here.
Hey, how's Tony's restaurant doing?
He's got a restaurant?
Yeah, called Plates, down in the
States.
Either New Jersey or Texas. Now major flooding. His restaurant has been flooded.
Oh, no, they have major flooding in Ottawa. They have major flooding in Ottawa. That's what it is. Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was trying to tell him. It out towards Ottawa has flooding.
Hey, Joe, did you see War of the Worlds with what's that actor in it?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah. where they did all the monsters coming out of the Hamilton Harbor area? No idea about Tony. Okay, well, thanks anyways.
No, but the War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise was filmed down by the Skyway, the Skyway and Burlington Bridge area. Parts of it, I don't know if all of it was filmed there, but they've been filming a lot of movies in the Hamilton area.
Yeah, the movies about the movie about John Kennedy's life was filmed in Hamilton, and what was neat is you remember the Trocadero restaurant. Well, right where what's his name? Right where Mr. Joe Kennedy, the senior Kennedy, met.
Oh, Sherry says that she was just down near the Skyway Bridge today.
Oh, I thought she was at the Trocadero.
No. Maybe that's where she was. I'm assuming that.
Well, John Kennedy's dad met some Teamster Union guy, and it was at the Trocadero. Oh, the Trocadero was a good restaurant. I know it's still open sometimes. Yeah, that's down by. Remember, we used to go see wrestling at the Forum. It's down by where the Forum was.
I went to the Forum back in the day.
Yeah, there was good food. That was, and just down the road from there was the Aquarium, which was also a good restaurant.
Oh yes, I remember, but I don't think I'd ever actually gone there. No, you were on the waterfront trail.
Oh.
How was that?
Is it flooded?
No, water.
Sherry, is it flooded?
No, it shouldn't be.
Well, Pam's too young to remember the Forum.
No, thank you, but I remember we were just little kids, and my dad used to take my brother.
Pam's too young to remember the Beatles.
My dad took my brother to see hockey game there and took him to wrestling there. Not often. Yeah. So I remember it, but I mean it's gone way long time ago. I always think of it as
floods.
No
floods.
Oh, that's good, Sherry.
On the waterfront. That sounds like a great name for a movie.
Sounds like
Norm Kimber
and the Mustard
Messiah. I remember Norm Kimber. I remember. I wonder. Well, yeah, Norm Kimber must have passed away, not that long ago. Miss Sally.
Miss
Joe, what do you mean Missily? Miss Sally. There was a bunch of Miss Sallys living down the road from me. There was Sam Miss Sally, Josie Miss Sally.
Oh, the water was nice and calm. That's nice.
Yeah.
I've got to get down there. And we're probably going to go ride our bicycles down there sometime.
Mm.
And that'll be really, really nice.
Yeah.
So don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and to subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to have some more vlogs to come from cruise vlogs.
Don't forget to see Astral Witch.
From Jewel of the Seas and
Missile. Holy crap, I can't type missile.
Missile.
Who are you talking about?
Hello, information man. Peace to you too.
Missile.
And thank you for stopping in. Don't forget the thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe.
The mustard missile. That must have been something we did for a joke. Oh, somebody threw a thing of mustard. I remember somebody threw some mustard and it nailed a wrestler.
Remember the mustard bottle?
Yes,
tossed
that's right.
into
I remember that.
in the ring.
Yeah, and they threw it out because they didn't want what's his name, Mitsuo Arakawa, to use it as a foreign object.
You guys used to watch a lot of wrestling.
We used to go to wrestling all the time.
Well, it's nice seeing
Yeah,
you.
good.
I'll give you a high five.
High five. Just put your hand against the TV set. Thou foul spirits. Thou foul spirits. Come out. And ye shall be cured. Now, if you have money problems, send us your money. You will have less money to have problems with. Thank you. We will take good care of your money on our cruises.
Oh my gosh, Mike. You're funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Mike is funny, eh? He can keep going and keep going and keep going. So what else did you guys get up to?
Look, we did a lot, but we've been on for over an hour already.
Yes.
And I've been underwater welding all day. underneath a few ships.
Well,
scraping barnacles.
Oh, yeah. Woohoo! See, he sends.
Hey, Joe, is Barrymore's nightclub still open? I forget where it was. I even forget my address when I lived in Ottawa. I was only like 1 year old at the oldest.
Might be able to find it out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Did you? Oh, that's so cute. The little hands up.
Look at how good that stuff looks behind us.
Yes, it's just carnival glass.
Okay, you too, Jill. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you. And don't forget to join us again on another live stream. Oh, that's what you were seeing from
I'd
the
like
back.
to thank all the shut-ins, my fellow Canadians and American viewing audience, for allowing us into their home via TV. And as usual, Pam, you've done a great job interviewing me.
Mwah. Yes. So it's time for us to say goodnight. It'll be so sad to go, but we all need a little bit of sleep and a little bit of rest.
Oh, come on, finish the show.
What? What?
No, Barrymore's is closed. Oh, that's such a drag. I love playing there.
Sherry's funny. She goes, haha, do you want iTunes gift cards?
Do you want to see the inside of this?
No.
Imagine that. Imagine the guy on TV doing that all the time. You'd call him Snot Man.
Yes. Well, I think we have to call it a night. And I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. And stop by again to our next live stream. And Gentleman Gene. Who's
Gentleman Gene, yes.
Who's that?
No, when I was saying good night, I was quoting Gentleman Gene.
Oh, you're good.
He's good. He remembers exactly who it was. Yeah, he had his last name was similar to a guy that made goalie pads in Hamilton.
Which was?
No, the business is closed.
Oh,
But
Kaniskis.
Gene Kiniski, Canada's greatest athlete, along with Iron Mike Sharp as well. Do you remember the picture of Gene Kiniski holding Nancy Green in his hands after she won the World Ski Championships? Gene Kiniski was a very big guy, and he was a pro wrestler. And he was also a bad, mean guy. But it was a great picture of him holding the world skiing champion in his hands like this, smiling.
No, I don't remember seeing that at all.
Nancy Green and Gene Kiniski.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the third time?
Good night, everybody.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night. My signature wave. We say good night.